What is going on, fellow fans of Clash Royale? It's your host Galadon here with another Grand Challenge dominating episode. The newest deck for me that has gotten me to the furthest I've been in a while. Now, I realize everybody putting out those 12-win decks, but I am here for the everyman, for that average skilled user, and this deck has again elevated my skill. 9 wins. We're going to go ahead and open this Grand Challenge chest with 9 wins, and then we will get into a little bit of the deck that got me there, and ready or not, the deck that stopped me there, okay? So, yeah, watch this as we open it. Okay, so Executioners, all right, we're on our way. Check this out, you guys. The deck I've been using in the last battles, I lost. Okay, those are just in trophy play. Here we go. I lost to almost the exact same deck I was using. This Electro Wizard, Inferno, Barrel Goblin, Rocket deck. Lost to YAOZ of CN.1. A deck that was only 1 card off. He was using the Ice Spirit instead of the Electro Wizard. And then the guy above him beat me with the Ice Spirit and then the Fireball instead of the Rocket. So I went ahead and I switched out my decks to those 2 decks. So we've got the Ice Spirit Fireball deck and then the Ice Spirit Rocket deck. We're going to try both of them in a brand new Grand Challenge. Yes, I realize that it's easier in the beginning, but that's why I did it on purpose that way. Okay, so let's get into it against So Tito from Trollolol 2.0 and see how things go. Generally, starting out, he's starting out with Rage. Starting out with a Goblin Barrel is ideal for me. I really like to be able to Goblin Barrel right off the start. And Electro Wizard, he should be able to, no, oh man. So right away, a bit of a fail there, dropping that guy too late. We'll see if maybe we can grab some damage on this left tower, since he's pushing left side anyway. And oh man, oh come on little goblins. Yes, the tower is targeting the knight. And those little stabby goblins get there. We almost get the tower down completely right off the bat. Ice Spirit can help out with these guys. Elite Barbs, you know what? Let's not play around here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of those Elite Barbs. And then get rid of the Princess. Gotta love that hard counter. That's truly a hard counter to the Elite Barbs. And now I've got the Goblin Barrel up. We'll see if he's ready for it. We'll see if he's got a log at bay. A log? Yeah, I would be unhappy too at this start. Okay, so a minute into this battle in that tower. Oh, he's got the log and good timing. We're going to go ahead and throw the Princess up and see if she can't get at least 2 shots we'd like to see. All right, so we got that guy there. Royal Giant, that's his name. Ice Spirit's going to help stop those minions. Royal Giant gets zapped. But you know what? That Royal Giant is maybe going to get 1 shot. No, maybe 0 shots on the tower. And once again, the Goblin Gang. Look at that strong Goblin Gang. Doing a great job. Let's see if I can avoid the fail this time. That's how you'll avoid the fail. That was a better timed and placed drop than the first one. Now, you know he's got the log back up. So we can always see if we can bait out the log on the left with the Princess. If we do indeed bait out the log, then we'll throw the barrel over there, and that's the end of that tower. So there's no way, come on, no way he stops this from taking the tower down. Beautiful. So a bit of a bait deck, and man, now we just got to stop the Royal Giant, which I hear everybody is just completely sick and tired of. Now, you know he's going to zap this Inferno Tower, but the Goblin Gang, so OP, and check this out. The Knight, make sure they come over there. The Knight will practically counter Elite Barbs by himself, and just makes things look so easy. 38 seconds left. Gonna throw the Princess down. The Princess, his Princess, just got wiped out by my Inferno Tower. That just hashtag feels bad, man. And I wouldn't even mind if we grabbed another tower here. We'll throw an Elixir Collector. What? Elixir Collector? How about an Inferno Tower? Yeah, let's throw an Inferno Tower down. That's even better than an Elixir Collector. And that is going to stop those guys. I'm gonna win this one 2-0, guys. Crazy. This deck, super strong, and I have to tell you, I've won a lot of battles 2-0 in the last few days using this deck. So making it look easy, making me look good, is one of these crazy decks. I don't know what it is. Again, I always insist that it's the skill of the user, but today it feels like it's a little bit of both. There's a little bit of skill there, but there's also just this deck seems so well balanced to counter just about everything. So we'll go ahead and pop into another battle. this would be at 1 win now, and we're up against that guy there. Again, not the ideal starting hand for this deck. I would much rather have the Goblin Barrel there. And wow, that... Okay. Not exactly sure. I'm guessing that maybe my opponent was unhappy with his starting hand. And okay, so he's got the Golem, and obviously he wanted to run Golem off the start. I don't want to waste too much elixir, so we're going to keep throwing stuff down. And then I'm thinking... Okay, never mind. I was going to throw that Goblin Barrel there, but we'll wait. We're going to go ahead and try to see what happens here. The Golem hopefully gets dragged over. We don't have a lot to counter other units in the way. Electro Wizard, going to take him down with a Knight, and that should get the Golem down to Golemites. Just have to worry about the Dragon a little bit now. Dragon is on the Knight. That is good as well. Ice Spirit, and that should... Come on, splash damage. Oh, man. Come on. No, that's a lot of damage. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and throw the Goblin Barrel in there. Valkyrie's going to go after them, but not before they get about, what, 500 off that tower? Maybe 6, 7. Oh, and nice, the Princess helping out there as well. Now this is a toughie here. This is a tough situation. I'm thinking Princess and then the Knight to turn her around. There we go. All right, so we didn't want to throw the Inferno now. Would be a terrible time to have to throw that Inferno Tower down, simply because we want it ready for when his next Golem comes. Okay, Dragon, going to go after the Ice Spirit for just a second. There we go. That is all I needed. And now, one or the other. We'll bait out some sort of splash control with the Goblin Gang, and then the bear will follow if he throws something like a log or... Okay, that worked okay. Zap Wizard's going to turn around and come after me. Well, this log... Oh, come on. Get the Skarmy log. Get the Skarmy. Get half of it. Okay. Well, we got part of it. We got part of it. Princess goes down. He's getting a little bit panicked. He's throwing the high-pressure Golem. Now, if he does something... Oh, arrows. Okay, that's okay. If he did something to try to control that Inferno, that's when I was going to throw something else. The Knight is going to tank for the Dragon, or tank the Dragon. And then hopefully we can get a Goblin Barrel in here throughout all this damage. Ice Spirit should help control those guys. The log, Goblin Barrel doing a good job. 574. Remember the magic number, you guys, is 493. We're at 478 with 25 seconds left. We've gotten to the magic number. That means all we need is a rocket to win this thing. We've got less than 20 seconds left. Golem is not going to get to the tower in that amount of time. So just a couple of insurance units go down, and we'll wait for about 5 seconds left, and we will give him the bad news as the rocket is on its way. Here we go. Man, this deck one more time. Just absolutely dominating right now. And it's obviously not just me. Other players are using it as well. I'll show you some highlights of these last two battles that beat me in that last 9-win Grand Challenge before we wrap this episode up. But I am loving this deck right now. So actually what I'm going to do is show you this replay that, well, it gets about as close as it possibly could against the deck that is very similar to my own. Just a couple of slight changes. He's got the Fireball instead of the Rocket, and then he's got the Ice Spirit instead of the Electro Wizard, and it, yes, has definitely convinced me that this or the deck with a Rocket in it is the way to go. Now, you'll see a couple of instances here where the Fireball really pays off for him. The fundamental behind this deck is that you're baiting out that zap control, the zap bait. You've got the Princess, you've got the Goblin Gang, you've got the Goblin Barrel, and now the fact that he's got the Fireball, it's one more good hard counter to the Goblin Barrel. So right here, he is going to get some damage with that Goblin Barrel on my left tower. Didn't have the log up, didn't have a good way to control that right away. Probably should have dropped the Goblin Gang if I could right there. But so he's got an early lead, a significant lead right now, and it's just a matter of chipping away a little bit at a time. Another thing you'll see with this deck is players dropping that Princess down right on the river, giving her a chance to grab several hundred hit points off, even if she's countered after 2 shots. That's about 300 hit points that are going to come off that tower. And I will say, flat out, this guy outplayed me, okay? I admit it. He did outplay me. It was close, and it's going to be super close in the end. Now, I tried to troll him here with the Goblin Barrel, but he knew it. He knew exactly where it was going. Now, I still got one little tiny Goblin in, and that was an extra couple hundred points of damage, but that didn't work. Generally, players can see that altered trajectory of the Goblin Barrel and know that it's not headed right for the tower. There he gets a good value on the fireball, dropping it on the tower and the princess. I try to sneak in the goblin gang. He's going to overpower them with his knight and his own gang, and check that out. Every single goblin was still up. They were all focused on the knight. That was a great counter that he used right there. Gets more damage on my tower. He is ahead, but not by much. Well-timed log prevents any damage, and there's the chip from the princess. From 1,000 hit points down to under 800. In fact, almost under 600 before I finally get that princess down. So not a great counter there either. Probably should have thrown the knight down first. So he's down to 649 on my tower. We've got his just about at 1,000 hit points. Final 30 seconds. Bad time on the goblin barrel. He counters mine, I counter his, but not before his gets major damage in. 225 left on my tower. We're working on his. 20 seconds or so left. Another goblin barrel. No good way to counter it. That is going to be just about the end of that tower. I spent all sorts of elixir trying to counter that goblin barrel. In goes mine. He did not have his log, but there he had the fireball. Princess gets the tower down, and it's under 493, but look at my tower. Here comes the rocket, but the log is faster. No! The log's not faster than a rocket. It is in this case. And that ended me at a 9 challenge win. So it's a fun deck, you guys, having a great time with it. Let me know if you try out the same deck or something very similar. It seems to work in both trophy matches and challenges. Thank you guys for sticking around all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for the earliest possible update and sneak peek information. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Make it a fantastic one, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, April 1st, I return.